So you're gonna go into Google Classroom and you're gonna go to the Classwork tab. I'm gonna open that up. Then you're gonna look for this title in Classwork. It says 3 Values Study, and you're gonna go down to the 3 Values Reference Images. Right here, you're going to find 4 images, and you're gonna pick the one that you like best. Let's say you pick Mona Lisa. Open up and check it out. So what I want to show you here is the idea that we have a complex image with all kinds of colors, but we're going to narrow it down to values. Values are what we spoke about in the very first lesson we did in this class, where we spoke about dark to light. So we're going to eliminate the colors that you see, the greens and the browns. We're going to make the image black and white so that you could see this is just values here. But we're gonna take it a step further with this project, and we're gonna simplify the wide range of values into just 3, which would be the darkest darks, the lightest lights, and then the middle values. So how would that look? All right, this is what Mona Lisa will look like if it was just simplified into values. So you could still recognize it's Mona Lisa, but you only have your darkest dark, which looks like black, your middle value, which is between black and white, and your white. And you are going to simplify it so that you could recognizably see that this is Mona Lisa. However, it is simplified. So whatever you pick, you don't have to pick Mona Lisa. We'll go back to those images. You can pick one of the other images that are on the reference image selection. Go out of here and look at it again. So remember, I said it was in supplementary classwork, 3 Value Study. You can pick the landscape, Mona Lisa, the prince's portrait, or this woman over here. And if you go into the file, it is going to show you the colored image, the one only of values, and then these are the steps. So if you are doing this one, your next step would be to get your background, which would be kind of like the middle value. Then your next step after that would be to find out what the sky would look like. The sky, we could simplify it into just white. And then the rocks would be your darkest value. So as you can see, this would be the finished project with 3 values of this image here in color. So you've got your lightest color, you simplify this to white, you simplify this to middle value, and you'll simplify that to black. So for today, step 1. You're going to pick out the image that you like from these 4 images. And then you're gonna decide what your background color should be. For most of these, the background color could be either a gray or a white. And then you'll figure out what's your next step from there, and I'll talk to you about it. So your next step would be to get your background. Since I don't have access to gray paper, I'm using green. I know it's not the greatest, but it'll still work because it's a middle value. Now this is going to be the background for practically all of the 4 choices that we have. So you'll put your name first and last, and then you're going to figure out, is it supposed to be in portrait mode, or is it supposed to be like this in landscape mode? To know that, you have to look at your picture. For example, with this portrait here, I can see immediately it is in portrait mode. Length is like tall, the height is tall. But if I was doing a different one, let's say I was doing this one, this is landscape mode. So that means my paper should be like that, right? It should be like that. But if I was doing this one over here, then my paper instead would be like this. So make sure you have it in the right orientation. Then you're going to put your first and last name and class period. Very, very important. And then you're going to look at the steps. I think the next step would be to have your gray paper, just like this, just like that. I don't have gray, I'm using green. Then you're going to slide down, it'll show you the next step. This is an important move. I see his shirt has been simplified into white. So I would go and get a white paper. And then what I'm going to do, and we're going to do this today, is I would start to sketch out what this shirt would look like. on the paper. So that would be my next move. Once I've decided what I'm painting, and what I'm doing, and I got my background paper, then I would look at that white shirt and I would use this white paper and I would sketch it out. Then eventually cut it out and glue it on the paper, and then my paper would look like that. So we have now our two values.